Okay, here we go. Happy Wednesday yoga to you. Hope you're feeling good. Let's shake it out a little bit. Dark. Not didn't used to be dark at this time, and now it is. This weekend we take the clocks back, so that'll make it maybe a little bit better for us in the morning only. Let's take those arms in those big, nice circles. Up and behind. Just take your time, noting if you are feeling any tightness in the shoulders as you rotate. Let those arms kind of flop around. Had a few requests today for some low back and some stretching, some flexibility. Let's take a big deep inhale, lift. Lifting your positive energy up through your body. We exhale, lower, getting rid of any negativity, any thoughts that don't lend to success today. Let's let that head, neck, and shoulders relax right here. So we say kind of low back, think through that. You've mentally put your mind around your waistband. When you're in this forward fold, you're letting your upper body stretch. Gravity takes that position away from your waistband. And then if you keep your legs straight, the gravity from the waistband below down the backside will get that length. Hands come to your shins, slide up to your shins. What I'm trying to say, half forward fold is here. You inhale, exhale, full forward fold, looking through those knees, step the right leg back. So in this nice little lunge, just feel that range. How much forward are you on that front thigh? Can you stretch back into that back leg? Bend, and then let's look up to this top arm. Left arm is reaching up nice and high. So you have a good aligned position from the foot to the hand, chest to the knee, and then this top arm goes all the way up, making a nice long line from fingertip to fingertip. We inhale, straddle that leg, exhale, straighten it out, long to that back side, back of the hamstring. Inhale, bend. Exhale, right leg comes back, and you're into a full plank. Hips are going to go up high. There's our first downward dog. Stretching through downward dog. Pedal those feet ever so slightly. Nice and high in the hips. Inhale, come forward back into the plank. Exhale, lower your body all the way down. Turn those toes under, and then gentle upward dog right here. A little up dog. Taking note that you don't want a lot of tension in that back, so you want to be gentle in the arm position. If you have any strain in the back, this may be all the further you want to come. You may want to push way back up nice and high in those arms. Hips are going to tilt back, and we're going to sit back into child's pose. Walk it back. Nice, big, long stretch. Sit back into those heels. And then this right arm goes forward. I lean into this right side. Up that length of the body, I'm getting a side stretch. And then I switch. Left arm comes to the center, sitting into that left side, looking back over the right side of the body, relaxing that upper body. Inhale, come back into the center. Take a nice big breath, filling your rib cage, expanding laterally into the back. Exhale, push forward, turn those toes under, come into a plank. Reverse that action. Hips go up nice and high, step it back. Nice and high, stretching right here. This time, right leg's gonna come forward and we reverse that position. So now you've got the lunge, right leg is forward. There's your alignment, hand to the foot, and then right arm up to the ceiling this time. Big, long stretch, fingertip to fingertip. Where you look will rotate your spine as well. So nice big stretch up here. We inhale, straddle that leg. Exhale, press it back into that split stance. Nice big inhale, relax that head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, bend. Take that right leg back into plank. Hips go up nice and high, downward dog. Stretching again. Every time we get here, getting a little bit deeper into that stretch, into that downward dog. Inhale back into plank. Engage your abs, lower your body to the floor. Come up into your upward dog. Up dog like Lucy, right? Look over that right shoulder. Your legs are relaxed. So try and just feel like you are keeping some distance between your ear and your shoulder. I'm rotating out of my rib cage. Inhale through the middle, look back over the left shoulder. Inhale back into the center. Lower it all the way down. Hands come underneath your chest. Push all the way back through that modified plank and then relax. This time, letting your head relax forward onto the mat and then setting your weight back onto your heels, relaxing that whole upper body. Chest is over those thighs, no strain at your knee position. Nice big inhale. Let's come forward with those hips. Turn those toes under. Exhale, pull the hips up and back into downward dog. Fabulous. Just take the time to feel the stretch, breathing and focusing maybe where you're maybe a little more tight. Inhale, step the left leg forward, step the right leg forward as you exhale. Hands slide up your shins. There's your half forward fold. Nice big inhale here. Big exhale, let your body through. Maybe a little bit tighter. This forward fold stretches a little bit deeper. Can you walk your hands beyond your heels? And then we take a big inhale all the way up to the top. Big, long stretch. Standing back up, you find those positive intentions up here. We exhale right into this nice, tall standing position. Shake it out again. Some of the balance and the stretching can come from just your centering. So let's load the weight on this left leg. So the center right through the middle of your body, hanging onto that right foot. Left arm goes up. Now, if you're struggling at this position, hang on to the bar, to a stool, to a chair. If you feel like you've got great balance, tilt forward, reaching that left arm forward as much as you push back with that foot. And you're long through that whole back of the standing leg. Pull your abs in nice and tight. You're reaching. The height doesn't matter. It's as much pressure into that foot. And then you're going to come out of that or fall out of it. Big inhale all the way up. And exhale, get recentered. And we shake it out. A little shake right here. Keeping that center kind of as your focus right into this position. Shifting your weight to the right foot. Slowly reach back, grab the left. Get centered first before you change your forward motion. So I'm hanging onto that foot. Little balance here. Tilt and reach so that, oh boy, sometimes it's just not as good on the other side. Right arm reaches, pushing into that foot, opening your chest, feel that hand holding the foot, pushing into that stretch position, straighten out this right leg that you're standing on, focus, inhale. A lot of things to think about right here. And we pull up. Inhale, lift. Palms come together right to your heart center. Exhale, step back with that right leg. So now we've stepped back into this standing lunge place. This is going to give you some centering. Touching your heart center is also going to give your proprioceptors a place to focus. So I'm touching right here. This right elbow is going to come across to that left leg. And you're going to then, once again, stack those arms from a pressed palm position. Get nice and low, looking over those palms. And that twisted lunge is what we call this. Keeping your palms pressed together. Straighten out that leg, untwist, come up nice and high. We go right through high lunge, right into warrior. So you give me that open chest, open palms. Inhale, lifting up through that upper body. Left hand comes to the front, down to your foot. Here's your low side angle. Right arm up to the ceiling. Low elbow to the knee. Exhale, straighten that leg as if you're pushing your hips back. Long through that back side of your front leg. Inhale, bend. You take that tension off and we reverse the warrior. Coming up and through, looking through that left palm. Front of the body is stretching. Big inhale right here. We cartwheel those arms, come all the way around, down to that foot, back to low lunge. Drop this leg, that back leg drops. Now, just as we were holding that foot with the hand, you should be able to reach back, grab the top of the foot, realizing that's your opposite hand grabbing that foot. If that's any too much tension on the knee, you don't have to grab the foot. Looking back toward that foot's going to give you that long hip flexor on the back leg, glute on the front leg. Release that foot, untwist, come back up, standing splits. You have that weight pushing back to your back heel. Look back at that back leg. Head comes over that front thigh. Long stretch through that backside. Inhale, bend. Exhale, let's take that back into a plank. Now from that plank, because you were just had that left leg forward, let's keep that left leg kind of in our focus. You're going to lift that left leg up to the sky, to the ceiling, then pull that knee into the nose. Push back up to the ceiling, pull through the nose, push. So you get that forward motion as smooth and as fluid as you can make that movement. Bring it in. Exhale, push. Bring it in. Exhale, lift. 5 and 4 and nice. Reach however many you can do with this. 2 and plank. Drop your knees. Sit back in a child's pose. Nice movement. Active stretching, we call that. Active range of motion. Big inhale, exhale, relax all the way back into child's pose. Great place for you to find some comfort. Big deep inhale. Big exhale. Weight back on your heels. On this next deep breath, we push our hips forward. Turn those toes under. Exhale, come to the plank. Hips go up high, downward dog. And then let's pedal those feet. So you're getting a little deeper each time we get here, getting a deeper stretch. We're going to reverse this whole entire action or do it on the other side. Step your right leg forward. Step your left leg forward. Here's your forward fold. Take a big inhale, lift it all the way up. Every time I come up here, you're thinking positive, focus, lengthened. Exhale to your heart center. This time, step the left leg back. So if you adjust, if your balance isn't where you want it to be today, then just adjust. This pressing of the palms and the width of the foot is going to keep you centered. So keep it right here. Left elbow, twist to the right knee. Looking up over that side, press palms together here. Nice and low in that lunge. Take that big deep inhale right there and focus. Think of what's stretching. And you exhale, untwist, come up high, find your balance, and then cut that back edge with your back foot into warrior. Pull your chest up and out. Right arm reaches forward, down to the right foot, looking up to that left side. Hand reaches high as if someone's pulling your fingertips to the ceiling. You're sinking low into that right leg. Open up your chest. Take that big inhale, straighten out, triangle pose. You're stretching the back of that front leg. Inhale, bend, releasing that tension, and we come up, reverse warrior. Looking through your right palm, left hand reaches down that back leg, front of the body stretches here. We cartwheel those arms. Back down low, lunge is right there. Take that leg all the way to the ground. So now your back leg is to the ground. Take note of your flexibility. Look back, bend, and reach and grab that foot. Once again, looking and twisting is going to allow your spine to kind of follow, get a little bit of a stretch with it. If it's too much, or if you have a yoga strap or something that you can put around your foot so you don't have to reach back with your hand, that's another good little prop. Untwist, come back up into that place, tall lunge, and then straighten out that front thigh. Standing split stance. We've got the same knee to the nose with this right leg, so you're going to soften that bend, take that right leg back and all the way up to the ceiling. Feel your reach with the heel. It pulls through to the nose. Up and press into the nose. Breathe, exhale, push, inhale, press. Your shoulders get a little bit of this work as well. Feel your glute working. You're going for range of motion. How far forward you can go, how far to the ceiling. And 3 and 2 and last 1. Back into the plank. This time lay it all the way down. Arms over your head. Take that big long stretch right here. So flat onto the ground. Relax through your upper body. We're going to work a little bit of the upper back and then work a little bit of the glutes around that low back area. Sometimes it's weakness, sometimes it's imbalance. So when you're here, you're going to have your arms be the resistance. So if you don't feel like your back is strong, then you're going to keep your hands down. You're going to lift your upper body here. Inhale. If you can exhale and lift without having your hands on the ground, you're here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, send those shoulders down and away and just pulling your chest up off the floor. Hands here is fine. You've got a stronger back, want to work a little bit harder. Let the leverage work against you in that arm position. Then we're going to exhale, lift your right leg, left leg. Now you want to see, a lot of times people have back issues, you'll start feeling that strain. I would love for you to have your leg long and straight and feel the glute. Now, a lot of times, if the glute is weak, it'll recruit muscles around that area to do this. The next biggest muscle is going to be that low back. So a lot of times, a weak glute will target your low back to do some work. If one at a time is creating that pain, then just avoid that. Do an arm. If you can feel like you've got good strength and can lift both legs at the same time, both arms at the same time, you do what you can do. Oh, you're right with me today. Exhale, lift, upper or lower or both. 5, 4, 3, 2, relax. Reach back, bend the right leg, bend the left leg, grab your toes. Pull gently, heels to the glutes. If you widen your legs out, that's going to give you a little less tension. None of this should hurt your knees, cause any stress. You can bring those knees closer together, pull your shoulders up away from the floor, push your feet into your hands. There's your bow pose. And just take that gentle, using a little bit of that exhale, coming up as high as what's comfortable. Inhale, lower. That is not an easy thing to do. So if you're modifying to make it work for you, so be it. Nice and easy. Give me one more time. Reach. Remember to breathe. Tuck those hands in, knees come together. Let's push back, rounding out that back in child's pose. Take a nice big long stretch. Reach that right arm forward, leaning into that right side. This should feel really good. That tension is coming out of your waistband. Reverse, left arm goes forward. Sit to that left side. Inhale, come back forward, all the way up into all fours. From the side, I'm going to show you this. So when a lot of people say low back, it's right there above your waistband, below that last rib. This typically, where your lumbar spine is, there's 5 big vertebrae in that area that are responsible for a lot of movement and a lot of your weight. So if we are weak in the areas of up and around or on the opposite side of that, you can have issues or have low back pain. So what you want is to see your motion. How much range do you have in the flexion, in the extension? Is anything hard to maneuver here? Are there points that you just can't get past? Do you feel pain? Just be really aware. So take this time to do what we call cat and cow. Big arching cat. Sway back is the cow. Arch up into the cat. Tuck that chin to the chest. Even if you push your body toward your hands, stretching everything down that posterior side. Inhale, relax back down into your cow position and kind of pushing back. So I go back into the cow, arch up into the cat, reach forward, and then look beyond your right shoulder like you're looking at your right hip. So I push my hips to the right, look to the right, come through the middle, look to the left, over the left, and you get lateral movement. The vertebrae and the spine is the vertebrae is create the spine. has a lot of movement. It can twist, it can laterally flex and extend, hyperextend, rotate. It takes a lot of movement. So you want to be making sure that you're structurally strong through the chain and then giving balance to both right and left sides. So now that you've got that movement, let's turn those toes back under, press back into downward dog, stretch back, and let's pedal those heels. Nice and long in that back side. Step the left leg forward, step the right leg forward, and we twist into the spine. Left hand goes to the ceiling, trying to be pretty straight on those legs. This is the back of the leg flexibility. Inhale, come through the middle. Exhale, lift and reach. Feeling that tension down the back side and that nice spinal twist. Inhale to the center. Exhale, half forward fold. Place those shins right parallel and then kind of directly under that thigh bone. So you got a nice long line. And then we bend the knees, the weight shifts back into the hips, chest is up. Here's your chair pose. So once again, from the side, I'm sitting back, not going forward my legs, I'm sitting back. This will require the back to be engaged and to feel some of that tension. So if that's too much, my hands or my thighs supporting me. If I can avoid using my hands, I'm going to then work. Let the legs do the work. Let my back stabilize. Go 10, 9, swinging those arms, shaking out those shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, both arms back, both arms up and stand nice and tall. Inhale. Exhale, bring those arms behind you. Feel that stretch. Pushing your chest up to the ceiling, pulling those shoulder blades back. Big inhale right there. Let's try standing balance from this position one more time. Lower the right leg. Take this left knee into the chest, and you use the weight of your leg pushing into those hands to create some balance. Let's circle that ankle. And that too. As soon as you tilt your head or change your focal point, you may be challenged. So either be standing by something or focus on something. And then can you extend that leg? So if you can grab it with the opposite hand across the body, you stretch. I only push this if you look like you can do it. I'm going to keep pushing you. So if you're struggling, just find some sort of balance. Nice. Take that foot across that knee and then sit back. We'll also do these stretches seated because sometimes the balance is just too much and you're not getting the benefit of the stretch, which is the goal. It's to stretch right here. All right, and I lost it. Focus, big inhale. Very good. You sometimes have to mentally think about what you're trying to stretch. Shake it out a bit. Hold the weight on the left leg. Pull the right knee into the chest. So I lean back slightly so I can get that standing leg extended. Circle that ankle, nice and big range of motion. If you're on your feet a lot, your feet and ankles take a brunt of your weight. Let's try the opposite. Grab that foot with that hand and stretch. Ugh. And not so even. And that's more of an issue. Wow. Can you feel it? That doesn't even feel like I'm getting a stretch if you're really struggling here. Take that across to the knee and sit back like this. Oh. In yoga, that's why the breathing comes into play. Sometimes we struggle, you get frustrated, we start holding our breath, we're not breathing properly. Being mentally centered on the breathing or the position is going to help you relax. Let's take it down to the mat. Okay, so as promised, these same stretches we do standing with a challenge of the balance, we will do sitting, which is going to feel way better. So as we sit, you're going to lean back into this left hand. Right hand's going to grab that foot. And now look at that stretch. Much easier. So from the side, you want this leg to be straight. It's way better than what it just was. And look back over that hand. So feel the length of that body from the back side stretching through here. That foot's going to cross on that knee, and then you're going to pull the leg toward you. Now that feels better. See, I don't have to worry about my balance, my weight's in my hips, no issues right there. And as close as I can get to that shin, the better the stretch will be down that back side. Now, if you drop it over like this, so I've come from this position, just take that foot, sit up tall, take the foot to the floor. Now look at that other leg, and your goal is to drop into that front hip. Once again, twisting the knee. If that does not feel good, don't pull, don't force it. Go to your point of tension, not pain. And take a nice big inhale, breathe through this. And we untwist. Take those legs back out. Take a forward fold this time. It feels good to get through that back. If we've been sitting in positions or just being stationary more these days than others, and you're not used to that, your body's like, what are you doing? It kind of gets locked up, or the change of seasons, it's cold. Temperatures can make your muscles kind of wonder what's happening. So let's take the time to stretch, but be aware of that. So now here's the other side. So once again, see how straight that leg can be, that it wasn't when I was standing. Look back at your back hand and get that full spinal stretch. Gentle, still not best position, but it's better than it was. And then we take that foot to the knee, bring that leg into the body, feel that stretch. Yeah, into the hip. And then let's drop that foot over and tuck it in, sit up nice and tall. Yeah, that's a good outer hip thigh stretch. And you're looking back over that side. Now, with that, we've stretched around that area. We've worked the back a little bit. The opposite side then is your abs. And what we want to do is get that engaged, get that tight, most likely to release your back a little bit. So let me tilt this down just so you can get a better angle. Right, oops. There we go. Okay, so now from this position, I want you to lay back, but get that waistband down, bring your knees with you. So you want to have a place. Oh, hi, Lucille. Lucy, oh boy, come along, move over. Okay, nice downward dog, demonstrated by the dog. This is tabletop, so knees are together, stacked, and your shins are straight out from them. So just hold this position is going to give me a 90-degree at the hip, 90-degree at the knee, and then my ankle is probably 90-degree. Hands are going to support the head. I'm going to look right there. So what you have working against the floor is compression from the hip to the rib, pressing down. Chin is lifted, and then this is just contracting. The front of your body is shortening here. So by supporting my head, I allow that to be contraction here. I'm holding. Feet are going to go out and in. We call butterfly arms, knees to the elbows. Press it out. If you have really long legs, that's going to be a challenge as the lever system goes out. Your option is to go up. So here would be level one, a little bit easier. Level two would be leaving my upper body down. Level three is going out long, pull it in, or reaching, ankles, overhead. So you've got your different levels. It should be work in the core, not the neck. Get that head position in, exhale, reach, breathe. 4, and this is just time under tension, whatever you can do. 2, and last 1. Feet go down, come into a bridge. So you've taken this tightness, transferred it to back here. Squeeze, your weight is in your heels. This is a bridge working that backside, exactly opposite of what you just got done working. Flat through that front of your body, and then you have that tension coming into the glutes. So you have to squeeze this. The lift alone is going to just be an easy position to do. You squeezing is going to be where that work happens. Then we articulate, this is the Pilates movement, but you roll down through the back, releasing the hips, and then tilt it up, roll it up. This will be a bridge lift. Roll down. The goal is to keep that chest, head, neck relaxed. Upper body's relaxed. The work is happening from the last rib down through your waistband. So you, just as we do the cat and cow, you're doing it here, but trying to work vertebrae by vertebrae. Pull it up and then lower down. Pull those knees back into the chest and we take the stretch. A little rocking side to side sometimes feels good. Big inhale. And we're going to bring those feet to the ceiling. So now you've taken that leg. Hopefully you're flexible enough that this feels comfortable to be here. If you're not, so if your hamstrings are tight, your legs are going to be out away from vertical, that's going to make your abs work harder. So take note of that. Same concept. I support my head, bring my chin to the chest, and then we're going to drop one leg at a time. Reach, pretty girl, reach, reach. Elbow to the knee, and you look right, left, and you breathe. Now you can make this smaller, make it easier, whatever works for you, but time under tension, you want that contraction, rib to the hip, tight. Give me 10 and 9, 8. You're breathing, and 6, 5, and 4. You can finish that strong. 3 and 2, and relax. Relax, relax. Arms over your head, legs straight out, relax. Now, when you're here and you're relaxing truly, let all of the muscles just have zero tension. So then what we start to do, we're going to do a reverse bridge, a long legged reverse bridge. So you're going to put weight into your heels and then lift up this back side. So what's going to happen is all of this tension goes to the reverse posterior chain from your heels to your hips. So typically we'll use your hands or people will bend their knees and you're going to come into this. So if you can, leave your legs straight, flex your feet, push down into your heels and come up into this. So you see underneath you, you've got that space. If you want to press with your arms, if you're really long limbed, have weakness in your back, we use your legs. So you can start here. This would be a great way to realize how far you can go. Press those palms together and then just walk your legs out or slide your legs out. And then you're just pushing up against gravity. So see how that works, that back side. Go to your tension level, not pain. Relax down, roll toward this right side. Just as soon as you shift your weight to your right hip, you're going to lift up those feet. The legs are stacked. Now your abs are saying, well, wait, what are you going to do? With the legs lifted, you have this tension in the core, in the torso, that is just maintain that position. This arm that's straight out from your shoulder, you're putting a little bit, maybe a weight into it, is basically stopping you from falling forward. So I'm going to keep that hand down. I'm going to turn my toes up to the ceiling, and I'm basically just lifting up my backside. This is a V sit. Upper body comes toward the knees, lay back down. Elbow to the knee, top elbow to that top leg, and both parts are moving. I'm just right on that kind of fleshy part of my hip, using that bottom arm. This should not hurt, so position your body. You're not on the bony hip, trochanter of your hip. You're on the fleshy part. Hopefully you have one. 10, 9, 8. Now I can make this easier by leaving one leg down. 6, whatever works. I can do no legs and just do my arm. I could do legs only. 3, 2, relax. Lay back onto your back. Open those arms into a T and let your legs fall back toward the front. Excuse me, Lucy. Go back over here. Over here. Not right there. Oh my God. Of course, it has to be right where, right in the middle of it. Attention hog. Bring the legs over to the other side. So you get that stretch first. Upper body's still stationary. And you're just going to point your legs to the other corner of your room, of your space, after you take that stretch. Roll to that other side, lift up those feet. Now, if you're keeping them stacked, that's what kind of adds that tension here. So maybe from the side, you even get a better angle. You're lifting and holding. Holding is fine. If you can move, we sit up. It's lifting and forward. Elbow to the knee. Hand to the foot. Hand to the top leg. Whatever you can do. This is a side V sit. Go 10, 9, 8. Move with control. Get full range of motion. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Lay back with that upper body. Leave your legs over to that side, stretching. So good. This was a little bit more focus on that whole low back area, which was requested to stretch. A little bit of balance. The bonus is the strength part, but we all feel we need that. Arms overhead. Take a nice big inhale. Let's bring those knees back into the chest. Hug them and you relax that low back. If you are comfortable just shifting side to side, that stretch will go kind of around the waistband. Point and flex your toes, circling the ankles if you so choose. Grab behind those legs. Let's roll it up to a seated position. And then let's cross those feet in front of you. So now you're seated like this. You're going to bring your weight forward over those shins. This too is going to stretch out of that outer hip all the way over the top. Relax that upper body, keeping your abs pulling in. You feel that stretching from the back of your neck all the way down your spine. You inhale, sit it up. Take those legs out into that V. Sit forward over that V. So the angle of the legs now is going to take that stretch more to the inside. You can grab each of your toes and then push your chest forward. Flattening that back to the ceiling would be ideal. I do not have that flexibility. And then we just angle it left hand over to the right foot. Keeping that left leg down, reach across to the toes. Feel that side stretch. A lot of that side stretching happening as well. Come across, right hand to the left foot. Come back to the center, both feet together down the middle. Stretch forward over the top of those feet. If you can grab a nice big grasp, pulling your body forward, that's going to get everything. Now you've added upper body tension. When I was talking about those props, you can use in yoga, we use a strap, a nice canvas strap that I can pull here. So I can pull with my arms if I'm lacking flexibility. You could use a towel. We use a towel sometimes at the studio, so you've got options. Remember that for next time, hands go behind you and then stretch to that chest. Bend those elbows nice and long through there. Feel that bicep stretching. It's nice that these are recorded. So if this feels really good, or if you didn't get the full extension, or you want to pause this and come back and do it again, or go through it again, you have that. That's a really, really good option for you. Take those legs behind you. And I encourage you to, if this feels like you need more, or you can do more, or maybe you're at a point where that was just enough, some of the strength and the movement is more than you need, let's arch back up into that cat and cow. Tuck that chin to the chest, roll it up. You always have that option to push yourself a little bit further, a little bit more. You always have the option to take it down a notch if you're not feeling like doing everything today. Right leg goes back, stretch to that right calf. And that's nice and easy. I only have a little bit of forward and backward motion here. Take the left leg back, drop the right knee, and that forward and back is there too. Take both feet back. There's your plank. Now feel what your abs are doing. So we went through the planks, when we went from downward dog, knee to the nose. Feel the strength of the arms holding you nice and firm. Feel the strength of your torso, keeping that long straight line from your shoulders through your ribs, through your waistband, through your hips, to your knees, to your heels. Hips go up, press back, downward dog. Big, long stretch. And you slowly walk your feet right in between your hands, coming into that forward fold. Relaxing your head and neck right there should feel really good. Hands go to your shins, sliding into half forward fold right there. Tuck that chin to the chest, pushing your hips forward, standing up to a perfect posture. Rolling those shoulder blades back. A little shake back side to side. We really take for granted how much we twist and move like that in a day, and we don't take the time to lengthen and stretch those muscles, which we really should. So today was a lot of that. You may feel that tomorrow, upper body, low back, up and over the other direction. Beautiful. Hands behind you, up nice and tall. Take that stretch behind you, opening up. So every time you lift, pulling the shoulders down away from your ears, come to the center, take a big inhale. Press those palms, that good intention, bring it right back into your heart center. Let's tip that head, pressing those thumbs into your heart center. Find your balance. Everything is relaxed. Be focused. Feel how good your body feels. All that good positive energy flowing through your body. Deep, deep cleansing breath as you exhale, you relax. And we say namaste to you. Thank you so very much. Have a good rest of your day, night, and see you next time. Thank you.